Can I problem le? There's a man on a horse, go Union Building. And there are statues all over the city of Pretoria. Kruger amongst them. Those statues are symbols of conquest. Those people are still celebrating conquering us. Now, whether we replace them or not, but are we reading chiche, re-emeche, gore re tla nagana re ntšha ka mang. Re ka se re ka gore a rena replacement a di be di dutse.
Okay.
So nna ke le Mashiane so ge ke nyoko lengwalela gore ke gopela gore ke suggest ntho ke ya mo lena ke ya ko DA ke ya ko where do I start as a common man on the street?
You go to South African Heritage Resources Agency, SARA.
Okay.
SAHRA. They're the ones who deal with statues. But let me say something very controversial. Once there was a huge debate about the removal of the statue of Paul Kruger. I advocated that rather than remove that statue where it is, bring in Sakhoshi Mampuru.
Proper.
The reason this man hanged Kgoshi Mampuru. So I wanted them to complete their narrative. Because I'm saying these statues that we see all over are statues of antagonists. We need to bring in the same space the statues of protagonists. You raise something very, very interesting. A man on horseback. Many people are not aware of what that represents. In particular, the role that the horse plays. During what is now called the South African War, formerly known as Anglo-Boer War, when the Afrikaners fought the British, they were able to hold their fort against the British because they were better horsemen. They would ride on the horses into the camp of the British, bombard it and go out. That's where now the respect for them of a horse came from. When you read somewhere in the history, they will tell you about this horse, Somerset. This is the horse that William King, who is commonly known as their king, rode from Port Natal, which today is called Durban, to Cape Town, to go and warn the Boers there that the British were coming. You'll find a statue of their king and the horse. But there was another person during that long trip, a trip that they say would normally take you 10 days on horseback. This man completed in 7 days. Okay? Let's say that is accurate. We don't argue that. But what they don't tell us is that there was a 16-year-old boy who ran along this horse. This 16-year-old would run ahead of the horse and Derek King to go and check the coast and come back and say, it's clear, we can go. So it means he ran that trip 3 times in 7 days. The horse is prided of galloping the trip in 7 days.
Is given credit, but he had rests.
Yes. This boy did not have rest. He was running ahead. He'll come back. He'll cover the same distance again. So he'll cover the same distance thrice. And when you read, wherever something is said about him, they say Derek King left him at Pondoland. Now, Pondoland meant anything from KZN to Cape Town. Saying he was left in Pondoland doesn't say anything. But interestingly, when Derek King came back, in reward, they gave him a farm in Ispingo, a sugarcane farm in Ispingo. Who was the person who worked there? Is this same young boy. But his name is mentioned nowhere in history.
Who is this boy?
His name is Ndongeni Katloki.
Katloki.
Yes. There's not even one single statue built to commemorate him. And if you go to Port Shepstone, you will find the statue of Theophilus Shepstone standing there imposing. And not very far, you will find a caricature, which they say is the statue of Echwayo, almost begging this old man, this white man. Now, what pains me is that those of us who want to transform this society and bring about redress and restore the dignity of the people are said to be wasting money, man, that the machine. Ne?
Yeah.
People would rather sit with these things. Ne? A person would rather atsamaye ko Landros Mare in Polokwane.
Jack Potter's Hall.
He doesn't ask himself, who is this Landros Mare? This is the same Landros is magistrate.
Okay.
Magistrate Mare. That's what Landros Mare is.
Okay.
But that magistrate is the one who sentenced Hoshima Raba to death.
Ki hero ya bona.
Ki hero ya bona. But batho ba ga Maraba o tlisa Landros Mare with pride, with a smile on the face.
The same people in Mamelodi who still call Solomon Mahlangu Drive with that other name.
Yes. I'll tell you a very interesting story. People might not be aware of. Mamelodi. Who is Mamelodi?
No idea. Ke tseba sereto sa tshwane ya Mamelodi.
Why that? Sengwele ke kgomedi ya lekgothwane. Tshwana Mamelodi. Patogeng ya Thaba, Chamagale. Yes. I attended the lower primary at the school called Patogeng because it was at the foot of the mountain. Patoga is the foot of the mountain. Mamelodi ke Paul Kruger.
That's his name.
That's his nickname because he moved around whistling.
Mamilo. Okay. So he would whistle.
And they called him Mamelodi.
Eish. So Erikasi Amakasi, we are actually
We are not even aware of
but
Maashma, Sosha, Sotu Shangani Nguni Venda.
yes.
Why would I want to stay in an area that is called Sotu Shangani Nguni Venda? Soshanguve.
Le Ashmagi.
Le Ashmake. We're at Richville.
Yes.
Nah?
Now,
Now, when you look at when was Atteridgeville established as a township, it's 1939. But as you enter, you see there's a bridge, Mola. Look at when was that bridge erected, and ask yourself, why was this bridge erected before Atteridgeville was established? It will tell you there were people who were staying there before it was established as a township. People settle first, and then the place gets. At one stage, my family stayed in what was called Moiplas.
Before Yako, Pelinda King.
Yeah, Pelinda. What happened was that people were being removed from Moiplas to what is today called Atteridgeville.
So Gua Pelinda.
Yeah, they were resisting to be removed from Moiplas. So when they arrived there, yeah, Pelinda. Sesfikile, seslala manje.
So Atteridgeville?
Yeah?
Atteridgeville?
Atteridgeville is the place, the name which was given to that place by the City Council of Pretoria in honor of Miss Attridge, who was a councillor.
Who is Saul?
Saul is the husband.
Yes, yes.
Phela batho ba ne ba ratana ka rena.
Yes.
Batho ba ne ba ratana ka rena. Graaf, ke di Graaf. Reinet ke mosadi ae.
Ah, Waban.
You've got Selbone and Lady Selbone.
Yes.
You've got Smith and Lady Smith.
Ah, Waban.
You've got Port Alfred and Port Elizabeth.
Lady Selbon, they were honoring
Mosadi wa Selbone.
Isa.
They left Europe go to ratana ka rena mo South Africa. And we accept it. Yeah? We accept it.
Yes, yes.
We accept it.
So why do white people hate you so much?
Well,
Does it bother you?
it doesn't. Ne?
Yeah.
And I tell them,
Yes.
ne, in uncertain terms, that whether they like it or not, the name will change.
Yes.
And no court will ever find me guilty of changing the name. The court will rather say, I did not follow the correct process.
And you'll do procedural correctness.
They will tell
And
me
come
what
back.
was wrong with the process and I'll
You'll
change
fix
that,
it.
but the name will still change.
They hate that code.
Yes.
They hate that code when you tell them, or even if they take you somewhere, they'll just show you that where in the process you add and
Exactly.
you fix it.
You fix it.
And then you still forge ahead.
Look. Ne?
Yeah.
I can tell you horror stories, and I'm unperturbed. Ne? I'm unperturbed. I mean, there was an occasion where a well-known Afrikaner group went to the minister and told the minister of what the nonsense I was and so forth and so on. And the minister said to them, oh, you mean that one? No, if you wait a bit, he will arrive now. He's coming here to see me.
Yes.
They left the minister's office and he called me.
Yes.
Hey man, what did you do to these guys? I told them you were coming, they all left.
Yeah.
Ne? Because one thing that I've realized is that when you arrive, they test you. They test you intellectually. Ne? And if they can find one thing, according to them, intellectually, they'll mess you up. Now, that's why I never allowed them.
So in closing, I want to say this.
Yeah.
There are lots of names, including, what is this? Oliver, and white people will show it as an example. Stank Vater, they'll show it as an example. Others are saying it's Kafirstad, Kafis River, Kafis Kral, Kafis Fontaine Dam, blah, 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 blah. And they say you, which the process of doing the process would have shown here. They say, why don't you go and target those names and leave their reference alone?
Okay.
Yeah, please explain, why don't you just randomly go around and change names?
We are, Yeah.
Before you come in, some guy was showing me a place in Brakpan, or Benoni, and I found a place called, on GPS, a place called Fairwood. And I know there's a Fairwood Drive in Centurion. And people just think, why don't you just go around and changing names? Please explain why is that?
it pains me
Yes.
when I hear about such names.
Yes.
But I'm governed by an act of parliament. South African Geographical Names Council Act 118 of 1998. Now, according to that act, no name will change unless we receive an application